Well, good morning, you all. How are you this morning? It's good to see you all. My name is Jim Dalkey. I'm the campus pastor here at Woodside of Lake Orion, and it's seriously our great privilege to be able to host all of you this morning for the State of the Township of Lake Orion. And we've been doing this the last number of years, and it's just a privilege of ours. One of the ways we can serve the community better, that's why we exist, is to obviously worship Jesus, but also to serve our community and make our community better than we found it. And so we say that, man, if you ever have opportunity and you need help, our church is always here, and we'd love to help in the community in any way possible. But it's just a great privilege for us to be here this morning and for us to come together and hear about the township and what all is happening. So if you would with me, bow your heads as we pray and open up our time together this morning. Father God, thank you for the opportunity we have to gather in this place. For the freedoms that are afforded to us, that we are able to gather and hear about all the amazing things, look back at the last year and see how you've grown our city and our township and all that you've done, Lord. And I ask, Lord, in the name of Jesus, a blessing in this next year, protection, a coming together of our township for greater purpose and greater reason in the future, that we would see great things come and great things in store for the future. We ask that you be with us during our time, and thank you for the opportunity we have in this beautiful place to gather and hear all that's happening. And we pray this in the powerful name of Jesus. Amen. At this time now we're going to have Zoe and Leah who are going to be coming to sing the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard Orion Air, flight number 2500. We fly everywhere except Rochester Hills. Today, we are headed to our most popular destination, Orion Township. Before departure, can I have your attention while the cabin crew point out the safety features of this aircraft? It is important that you fasten your seatbelts. To do this, pull it low and tight across your lap. In the event you feel lightheaded, breathe deeply and know you'll soon be where living is a vacation. There are 4 emergency exits, 1 to the left and right, and 2 at the rear. Tedder, don't get any ideas. In the unlikely event of a water landing, grab a flotation device. The Lake Orion Police Department will soon pick you up in their new boat. In the event of loss of cabin pressure, masks will fall from the panel above you. If you are traveling with children or representatives from Auburn Hills, please put on your own mask before helping them. Upon arrival at our destination, as you exit the plane, please enjoy refreshments in our first-class lounge. Sorry, Brian, you need to be a first-class member. As we taxi out of the runway, please take this opportunity to sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight. Your vacation has officially begun.
Hey,
we're back.
We're back. And welcome to the 2019 State of the Township Address.
By show of hands, how many of you have ever sat through a timeshare presentation before? All right, good amount.
Well, we have a special offer for you today.
Take a look at this presentation of some of our recent satisfied customers.
Going to work.
This is Brian.
Good afternoon, Mayor Barnett. Congratulations, you've been selected to win an all-expense-paid vacation. Where do you want to go?
Wow. Probably like someplace with a beach. That sounds great.
Jim Tedder, you look like a very sophisticated man. What type of vacations do you like to take, my friend?
Well, I love the outdoors, so anywhere with some campsites, some hiking trails, and maybe even some golf.
Well, guess what? I have just what you're looking for. And all I need from you is just 30 brief minutes of your time. I promise you'll enjoy what I have to present to you.
Is this all inclusive?
Absolutely, my friend. It's always all inclusive.
Wow, that'd be great. Thank you.
Look forward to seeing you, and I'll buy you lunch. I appreciate you guys coming from the surrounding communities here to Orion Township. And I just want to, again, like I said, talk to you just for 3 hours about potential ownership here in Orion Township. Now, don't get nervous. Don't get nervous. Some people have heard the word. Have you guys heard timeshare before? What do you think of when you think of timeshare?
Guys in paisley shirts trying to...
With sunglasses
Trying to
attached
sell
to
your
their
property.
lapel.
Trying to
Questionable
figure out
deals.
how to get out of it.
Yeah. So that is. It's exactly. Those are really good explanation of timeshare. I'm not going to sell you a timeshare today. I'm going to try to talk to you about a way of life. Okay. So appreciate. We've got Oxford and Addison to the north. We've got Independence here to our west, and Rochester down in the ghetto to the south. What do you see when you? What do you think of when you look at this?
Looks like my daughter Athena's art project.
It is. Hashtag beautiful.
It is.
Athena. And Athena is, she's very intelligent, very smart, because in Orion Township, we have lots of lakes. Now, Brian, have you seen one of these before in Rochester Hills?
Yeah, we have a few.
You have one, I think? One.
There's some ditches and some other
Those
areas
are
that water
retention
retains, but yeah.
So that's okay. So in Orion Township, we have 42 lakes to offer for your enjoyment. If you want to fish, Jim, you mentioned beaches. You want to swim. We have trails for days. Trails for hashtag breathe in nature. Just everybody can just all breathe. You feel that? You feel that?
I felt it.
You feel it? Yep. So breathing in nature.
Smog.
We do lots of hashtags here. So we also have Groovy Tunes. We are on the world music scene. I don't know if you know this, but here at 20 Front Street, right in downtown Lake Orion. Have you guys been to 20 Front Street? We've had acts from all over the globe, literally. I think all 7 continents have been here in Orion Township. Feel free to take photos if you want to send these to your wife for approval. There will be an ask at the end of this presentation. So, Groovy Tunes, we're on the world music scene. Wildwood Amphitheater, we just announced a great partnership with 20 Front Street, so you'll be able to see these amazing concerts right on our hill this summer. But wait, there's more. Golf, we have world-class golf. So we have the world-famous Indianwood Golf and Country Club, host to 3 international events. It's actually phenomenal. This is all part of the package, by the way, too. Everything I've talked about so far comes with the package that we're putting together for you. Nothing is extra. This is all part of your Orion Township experience. You like to camp. I know you guys mentioned that a little bit. Bill, you grew up on a campground, it sounded like you said. So we have Camp Agawam, which is just right down the road from here. Hashtag S'mores Life. And I just want to say this real quick. This is only being offered to you. We actually did invite Kevin McDaniel, Mayor of Auburn Hills. He couldn't find his way through the smog to get across our border.
fire was too
But he
thick.
will not be offered this. This is a one-time...
You get caught up in the credit approval part?
Auburn Hills does have that issue from time to time. Ice skating. I know, Bill, you used to... Did you figure skate? I think you said at one point?
No, I played hockey. Thank
Okay.
you.
Well, you can figure skate as well here on our 42 lakes. Hashtag frozen. Basically, what you can expect in Orion Township is a lot of fun on the sun. And a lot of people have said over the years, why in the world would Orion Township be where living is a vacation, because that is our motto. And it's pretty easy to see here that people actually, you live here, but you're really living like you're on vacation. So I can see the excitement in your eyes right now. It's really something. Hashtag H2O. So in closing, I just wanted to let you know, hashtag we're living as a vacation, Orion Township. I did bring you in here for a very specific reason, and don't worry, you'll get all the prizes that you were offered by our amazing sales team. But really, the ultimate prize is ownership right here in Orion Township. So is there anything that I could ask? Is there anything that might even hold you back from this amazing decision of ownership here in Orion Township?
How much does all this cost? Seems great.
Yeah, it's actually, it's a really great question, Mayor Barnett, because the cost of living here is actually exponentially lower than Rochester Hills. So you get all these amenities, you have the lower tax rate, and you get to tell your friends and family, hey, come to my house, we're living as a vacation. We have a simple, very simple legal document. I'm going to pass these around just to have you review. Here's your, it does say timeshare contract, because we do understand that you do have duties that you need to attend to in your other communities.
Maintenance fee of $1 million.
You know, I don't often read a room wrong, and I really feel like I've really piqued the interest of my audience today.
I think you definitely hit the highlights. I mean, and the contract seems pretty tight, so I think there's really very few questions left, to be honest. You've done a nice job.
And we would just love to invite you, as I said, I'll close the presentation where I started. What you guys are really being offered here today is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So let's break some bread. Don't worry, you'll still get the inflatable raft that you were promised. I know that a couple of you maybe came just for that inflatable raft. You'll still get that, but just think about how much more useful that inflatable raft will be right here in Orion Township. It's really simple. If you have no other questions, I appreciate all the great questions you had.
Everything seems in order.
Just need you to sign right here. Matter of fact, here, before you sign, let's sign with this. It's interesting, this Rochester Hills pen with a dragon. So we can see you've already been thinking about this for some time.
We're collaborators. So here?
Yeah, just sign right here.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Initial there.
Seems like a really important moment in my life. I feel like I'm
and
making the right
just
decision.
your social security number.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right, and we should be all set.
Any cash down immediately, or?
No. You.
Fantastic.
Congratulations. You welcome to the vacation life.
Thank you.
It's a lot of exercise, a lot more than I've gotten in a while. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the state of the township. And as you can probably tell, I'm a lot closer to returning to my career in sales than I am my career in acting. But I'm really grateful you're all here and excited to share the story of all the great things happening in our community. We're living as a vacation. And if you know much about our history, that's how we began. Let's see here. There we go. Snag some pictures here from the 30s and 20s, 30s, and 40s. And this is where we truly got our reputation. We're living as a vacation. Executives from the city of Detroit would come up here and spend their weekends and enjoy everything that we have to offer. And vacation runs deep in our blood here in Orion Township. And there's no surprise. I don't know why this isn't working. Good morning, everyone. There we go. And I am out of breath from riding my bike from that door to here. It's a bad sign. This is truly remarkable. If you've heard me talk at all, including in that video, the stat we like to share a lot is we have 42 lakes larger than 5 acres in our community. Well, when we updated our Parks and Rec study, there's actually 89 bodies of water totaling an impressive 1,782 acres of water right here in our community. So before we jump in and I get to share a lot of great news of things happening, I want to get your minds working this morning. So I'm going to ask you to get your phones out and take a few minutes to answer some questions with me. This should be fun, hopefully, and you should have instructions at your seat as to how you can engage with us this morning. So the instructions are here, And on the screen, I'm going to have you walk through some questions. We're going to get some instant feedback. This will really help guide my next 3 hours as we find out what this room knows about our community. So first of all, if you haven't already, you can text 37607 on your phone. You're going to text the word Orion TWP, all one word. And if you're watching at home or in Florida, like my mom, hi mom, you can join in as well. So the first question, if you're ready, are you ready? All right. Have you ever visited Camp Agawam? And if you don't know where that is, then the answer is B, no. So you're going to text A for yes and B for no. So we will let those results tabulate. And we are tabulating in the back. Are we tabulating? There are 70 results so far. Thank you for everyone that's responded, but they're not showing up on the screen. So maybe we're going to do a show of hands here. By show of hands, who's visited Camp Agawam while we're waiting for the technology? All right, good. That's good. This question is the question we regularly ask, and we're learning that more and more people are realizing that is a township park. So thank you for those of you who've been there, and we're going to ask the next question here, I believe. And in the meantime, let's take a minute while they're trying to sort that out in the back. I want to recognize anyone in the room that is an elected official. So if you're an elected official, if you could please stand, elected or an appointed official, please stand and be recognized. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you very much. And I appreciate those of you that may let me poke a little fun at you today. So there we go. There's our results. This is a great, so of the 70 or so people that responded, 65% of you have visited Camp Agawam, which is great because that's up from what it normally is. But there's 35% of you that are definitely going to have homework. Let's ask the next question here. Now we're rolling with this. Do you know where the beach is at Bald Mountain State Recreation Area? A is yes and B is no. It's that same text thread that you've already opened. There we go. Look at this. The internet has awakened. And if you don't know where Bald Mountain is, that's a no. All right, so we'll continue moving here. That's good. That's good. 53% of you know where that beach is at Bald Mountain. The next question we're going to ask is, have you ever visited Wildwood Amphitheater? Wow, someone is quick on the no there. Very sure about themselves. And again, Wildwood Amphitheater has been in our community for 10 years now, believe it or not. And we are still learning that many people are still learning about it. So there's literally just almost 50% of you that in this room or watching on TV or this thread right now who have not visited Wildwood Amphitheater. You're all going to have homework because Leah and our amazing Star Spangled Banner Singers will be part of the 20 Front Street group that is taking over some of our concert series this summer. 50-50 there. Let's go to the next question. Do you know where Lower Trout Lake is located? None of these questions are trick questions, I promise. See the results there? So Lower Trout Lake is in Bald Mountain State Recreation Area, which we have a large announcement coming today, something big happening on Lower Trout Lake this summer. Let's go to the next question, please. Have you been sledding at the Jesse Decker Park Sledding Hill? Now, come on, you are my seasoned veterans. You're here taking time out of your schedule. You guys are supposed to be answering yes to all these questions. 80-20, so 80% of you have homework to do, and I don't know if we'll have more snow this year, but you never know. And I think we might have one or two more questions here for you while we're just kind of getting your minds working. Let's see. Let's go to the next question. Paint Creek and Pollyant Trail, but I'd like to go to the next question, Jim. All right, this is a really important question here. Now this is Jeff Stout, the Director of Public Services, and Jenny Body, who runs my life. And they actually wore the exact same outfit to work one day, and so we want to know who wore it best. So we're going to let a minute. We're going to wait for the results to tabulate here. Jeff, I got you, Jeff. Where you at? All right, and let's see those results. The winner is Jenny. All right. This is fun. The fire. All right. I'm about ready to let you guys just relax for the rest of the day, but I want to really know the last question I have for you, and you're going to type a word or a couple words. When you go on vacation, because we are all about we're living as a vacation here in Orion Township, what are some of the activities you like to do? So grab those phones, same text thread. What are some of the things that you like to do on vacation, or what is your favorite thing you like to do on vacation? I'm not going to read all of these. Somewhat of a theme there, though. Relaxing, reading, water, beach, toes and butt. That's good. Sounds like a song. So I appreciate you engaging with me, and if you want to pay attention for the rest of the speech, that's fine. You don't have to. But let's take a minute here and see if the students in our community agree with what the big people think about vacation. So take a look. We went to Orion Oaks Elementary, just up the street, to talk to some of our resident experts. Check this out. Going to work. We're here at Orion Oaks Elementary, my favorite elementary in the township. Don't tell anyone. My three daughters went here. I'm here with Principal Drew Tollerton. What's up, Drew?
Hey, how are we doing today?
Good, good. So we're going to talk to some of the students today about what it's like to live in our beautiful community, Orion Township. Drew, do you know the motto of Orion Township?
It's we're living as a vacation.
Well, thanks, Drew, for letting us stop in. Let's see if your students agree that Orion Township is we're living as a vacation. Tell me, what's your favorite thing to do on vacation?
Hang out with my family.
That's cool. Do you guys go any place exciting, fun? What are some activities you do with your family?
Usually we go hang out at the lake or hang out at homes. We don't usually go like any specific place.
So you can hang out at home right here in Lake Orion and still have fun with your family?
Of course.
I like going to Greens Park, the beach there.
Go to the beach.
I like to tube on my lake, and I like to go outside and play soccer and stuff.
In the summer, sometimes we go to the Jubilee Fair.
When we first moved here, there were so much things we could see.
You moved to Orion Township, right?
Yeah.
Where did you move here from?
Auburn Hills.
Wow, that seems like a really good decision, right?
Yeah.
If you could do one activity in the summer outside, what would it be?
I don't know, baseball, I guess. So where do you live, Brady?
On the lake.
You do? That's so cool. So you obviously don't live in Rochester Hills because there are no lakes in Rochester Hills. You must live in Orion Township because we have 42 lakes. What's your favorite thing to do on the lake?
Swim and go tubing.
Go swimming.
I like to go to the Lake Orion High School pool and swim.
So, Will, I understand you've skied before?
Yep.
Do you know that you could ski right here in Orion Township?
No, what type of course? Do you have a black diamond?
No, actually, it's a blue circle. We have many of them. Check this out.
Definitely like sledding.
So you actually have a sledding hill right in your backyard?
Yes.
And there, you said there's hills all over by you?
Yep.
You know what place is really ironically flat with no hills?
Nope.
Rochester Hills.
Who would want to live there?
Good point, Brady. So Brady, what do you like to do in the wintertime in Orion Township?
Go sledding, build snowmans.
And what's your favorite thing to do outside?
I like sliding down the hill in my backyard in the winter. Sledding.
Sledding? Where do you go sledding?
My backyard I have a big hill.
All right, so Samin, you like to go sledding?
Jesse Decker is definitely the coolest park.
Very cool. What would you tell people that don't live in Orion Township, like why, like what would the reason you tell them they should live here?
Because we have all 4 seasons, and it's very nice here.
Because there is a lot of places you can visit and there's a lot of nice people you can meet.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. There you heard it from our experts. Thank you. Have a good day. We're done. We could stop right there. Is Drew Tollerton here? Is Drew here? Thank you to Drew, who's up the street at Orion Oaks, for letting me crash the party up there and grill the kids. I did not load any of those answers, by the way. I see Kevin looking at me with a little skepticism. Those kids came up with all those answers on their own. So I have an amazing job. Certainly I'm not going into acting, and I'm really blessed. And the one thing I want to be clear to the people in the room is I get to be the person that stands up here often when the exciting news is happening, but the credit belongs to the team. And that sledding video, by the way, that was Jesse Decker Park, which 80% of you need to go visit. That was some of our staff that we said, hey, do you want to go check out and help us film something for the State of the Township? So I want to recognize, first of all, the township employees. If you're a township employee here, would you please stand and be recognized? And then also, the group that gets to take the heat with me often is and I think I can do this, guys, in the back now. If this is working, if you could go back, please. There we go. The group that is working with me on a day-to-day basis is your township board, and I believe most, if not all of them, are here. If you would all please stand, township board representatives, be recognized. Thank you. They are all here. They're sitting separately, so there's no open meetings violation going on here. And we do want to welcome Julia Dalrymple, who's our newest board member who joined us this year. So thank you, Julia. We're glad you're on our team. Or as many of you in the room know her as Miss D. And I just want to take a minute just to say it's been a heck of a year already so far. At the township, we have lots of great things going on, and then for me personally. And so I just want to take a moment to thank everyone who stood by me as I've gone through some challenges, and I am promising you that I'm onward and upward from here. And speaking of onward and upward, thank you. Speaking of onward and upward, I want to take a minute to recognize Brooks Patterson, and I don't think, did Brooks show up here? He was hoping to. If you didn't know, he had a really tough day yesterday, and he's led our county with distinction for many, many years. And he announced yesterday that he has stage 4 pancreatic cancer. And if anyone knows Brooks, you know he's a fighter. And so just want to ask you all to lift up prayers and thoughts for our good friend Brooks. He certainly has been a great friend and mentor to my brother and me, and he even advises us on our wardrobe from time to time. One of the things that Brooks does, now we're talking about Brooks, is he recognizes the annual 40 under 40 representatives from the county. These are people that are the brightest and best in our county. And every year, for the last 5 years, we've had our fair share, if not more, of 40 under 40 representatives. And this year is no different. This year we had, thank you, we had 3 of the 40 our Orion Township residents. We have Kristen Slawinski, who is with our Lake Orion Community Schools. Pastor Eric Johnson from King of Kings Church, and our very own Aaron Watley, our Parks and Rec Director. So let's give them a round of applause. All right, time to get down to business. I'm going to hit you with a lot of data, a lot of information, a lot of great things happening in our community, but this is what I'm going to start with and end with. You should be really proud that those 7 people that you've elected that serve you, we do our job really well and for low dollars. As you can see here, we picked a peer group, thanks to our friends at Munetrix, to compare ourselves with as far as our overall expenditures. And you can see that the average cost per resident per year is about $104 to run our general government. And I'm not going to point out others on that list. I'll let you make your own assumptions from there. But we are doing things very efficiently. The other thing we've done is we have a high focus on going and grabbing those dollars out there that support our community. And I'm talking about grants. And in the past several years, we've had great success. And I don't know why this isn't reaching you guys back there. But I wanted to just highlight just a few of the grants that we've received this year. And I'm not going to go through these. But just to give it into perspective, our annual general fund budget's around $7 million. And in the past year and a half, we have received over $4.1 million. Yes, certainly worthy of fireworks and smoke. And I'm going to have this at all our township boardings from now on. One of the most exciting grants that we received is a grant from the Ralph C. Wilson Foundation, and it was for our Kaboom playground. Raise your hand if you were part of that playground build. Yes, enthusiastic clapping. Kaboom is an amazing nonprofit that builds playgrounds around the country. And we applied for this grant. We were successful. We have a $450,000 playground out at Camp Agawam, and that's the before picture. And on October 6th, we had almost 300 volunteers descend on this site and turn that into this. It was remarkable. It was one of the most amazing things I've ever experienced. And in spite of the horrific weather conditions, we got that playground built in just one day. And we were able to cut the ribbon and open that playground. So again, if you have not visited Camp Agawam, there's an amazing state-of-the-art playground for you to enjoy. I'm struggling with the clicker, guys. I don't know if you can tell. There we go. Also, Safe Routes to Schools grants. We've been working on this for over 4 years. At the time of the applications, it was the largest Safe Routes to School grant in the state history, and I don't know if that still holds today, but you will see coming this summer at all of our K-8 buildings, improvements to safety for pedestrian, for our students and for adults walking their children to school. So that will be coming starting this year, and we're grateful for our consultants and friends at OHM for their assistance on this project, and certainly the school district as well. Yes, it's worth clapping about. Speaking of schools, we have a wonderful school district, and when we ask our residents why they chose Orion, normally parks is the second reason. The first reason has generally been schools. So let's take a minute, check in with Superintendent Marion Giannopoulos and see what's happening in our great school district. Back one. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Marion Giannopoulos, Superintendent of Lake Orion Community Schools, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about what makes Lake Orion Community Schools the best school district in the county, in the state, and probably in the world. And part of that is because of our focus on things that are first, best, and only. Here today with me is Andrea Brook. Andrea Brook is one of our new STEM coaches, and she is one who has made our district completely unique from those around us. So I want to talk to Andrea a little bit about what it is that we've initiated this year for our STEM coaches. For those of you who may not know what STEM is, it's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And we have initiated this program at the elementary school, and it really is very unique. Tell me a little bit about our program.
That's right. So, Marion, I was absolutely thrilled last year when I saw that the district had announced that they would be implementing some STEM coaches at the elementary level. So my background as a high school teacher is I've been a science teacher for many, many years, but there's more and more data and research coming out about the importance of starting with children young to teach them the science practices and what scientists really do as they're doing their work. So a typical day for me is I can spend time in classrooms, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade is our focus for this year, where I will teach lessons to groups of kids. Sometimes I'll co-teach with the teacher, sometimes the teacher will observe me teach. So about half my day is spent in like direct instruction with students, but the other half of the day is where we really, as STEM coaches, dig in deep with the teachers and really dissect the lessons and talk about what are we really trying to emphasize in terms of the learning, the skills, and best practices so that we can get kids thinking scientifically. And it's been that time where I feel like it's been so much excellent work that's being done. And we really are the envy of the county. I've had so many friends from around different areas, school districts contact me and say, tell us what Lake Orion is doing. Everybody's talking about it. We want to know more. This is something we want to start with our elementary teachers as well.
Thanks, Andrea. And that really is what it's all about in our schools. We're first, we're best, you mentioned best practices, and only. And it isn't just about being only, it's the intensity of the kinds of instruction that we have in our schools. And that's what really separates us and really helps our kids grow. So they're going to be seeing a lesson in which I will be participating in just a few minutes. So thank you. If the temperature, if our station is the cold station, you all have thermometers, right? Which direction do you think that thermometer is going to go if we put it? Why? Why do you think that? Because it's cold and the temperature does what? It drops, doesn't it? So we're going to test that. But let me ask you something. What do you see in here? Ice. What do you think is going to happen when we put our thermometers in there?
All right. Thank you, Marion Giannopoulos, who's here today joining us, our superintendent of schools. And I would stick to the administration if I were you, yeah. We want to take a minute and recognize our amazing school board, another group of 7 volunteers that serve you, our residents. If you're a school board member and you're here today, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. We have some complaints we're going to forward you. All right, the other reason we hear very often, it's great schools. The other reason people choose our community is it's safe. We have some amazing news on the safety front, and our partners at the Oakland County Sheriff's Office have done a phenomenal job keeping you, our residents, safe. Check this out. We were ranked by the National Council for Home Safety and Security as one of the safest communities in Michigan. Awesome. But wait. There's more, just like my timeshare pitch. We were then recently rated one of the safest cities in America, top 100 by SafeWise. There were only 2 communities in the entire state of Michigan that were recognized on this list. And when you boil the data down a little bit further, we ranked number 9th in the entire country for populations above 35,000. That is absolutely remarkable, friends. So, yes, bring on the fireworks. So we want to thank the Sheriff's Office. I believe Under Sheriff McCabe is here today. And our other staff. They might be out working right now, but we are certainly busy, and we appreciate what they do. We also have this phenomenal program where we recognize Citizens of the Month, and if you go to our website, I'm not going to go through all 12 of them for 2018, but there are some remarkable people on the screen in front of you. But what I want to talk about briefly is Deputy Mike Miles. You may have heard this story, but Mike Miles was in a pursuit, and the vehicle he was pursuing went off the road into the woods on Walden Road and started on fire. Mike Miles was recognized on a national level by the Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund as the Police Officer of the Month for November 2018. He pulled someone out of the car and exhibited extreme heroism. Is Deputy Miles here today? He's in court. Good. So amazing recognition, and so that's a great extrication, but I want to tell you about another really cool extrication that hasn't quite gotten the notoriety that this one has. Take a look at this.
Orion Fire Station 1, you are on the air freight mutual aid to Sterling Heights. For an extrication, one patient, have all units respond code 1.
Hey, Chief. Right, this is a big one. We gotta go. We gotta go. All right, help me out in this thing. Hey, Chris, this is Bob. We gotta get going over to Sterling Heights and help get an extrication. Got him, Chris.
All right, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. We're gonna get you out of the east side, okay? Okay, Mr. Duke, stay with us, stay with us. Chief, have you ever seen one this bad?
This is bad. This is really bad. I haven't seen one this bad in a while.
This is what happens when somebody's stuck on the east side for 27 years. Come on, Duke, we need you. Duke, stay with us. We have all these amazing things. We have 70 miles of safety paths. You're almost there. Hey, stay with us. Just a few more minutes. We're almost there.
Come on, not on my watch. I need to retire. I need to retire now.
Stay with us, Duke. Stay with us. You made it.
Where am I?
You are in a place where living is a vacation. Welcome to Orion Township, Chief Duke.
Those guys really did save Orion Township, where living is a vacation. This is the
All right, we need to learn how to have some fun around here. So I want to thank our retired chief, Chief Smith. I think I see him here in the back of the room. And yes, we were able to extricate Rob Duke from Sterling Heights. You know, we don't mean to make Sterling Heights the butt of our joke, but it's really difficult with that new monument that they had. I just had to throw that in there. So as much as it looks like Chief Duke's been hanging out on the beach, he hasn't. We've been very busy. These are some photos of our newly renovated Fire Station 1 in downtown Lake Orion. It is an absolutely beautiful facility. And the amazing news about this facility is this facility was finished under budget and ahead of schedule, thanks to our friends at Alger Klein Adler Architects in Cunningham Limp. So if you haven't had a chance to visit, we'd love to have you visit that site. The other exciting news that happened this year is we have transitioned from non-transporting fire station to a basic life support fire department. We have added 2 ambulances, which you can see outside as you came in or when you leave. And then the next evolution of our fire station will be moving our fire administration down to Baldwin and Gregory to station number 3. And so that small addition will be happening this summer down on station 3. There are other areas of growth that are happening within our township. First is the Department of Public Works building. This building is old and tired. We have some staff clapping. We have vehicles that aren't able to stay inside. We are not building anything quite like some of our neighbors have, but we're just building something modest that will help us keep the equipment and things that we have operational and functioning. That's happening this year, but coming soon in 2020, right directly across the street from where we sit right now, we will be building our new township hall. The exciting news about this site is that it's a 76-acre site that we acquired from the DNR for the whopping price of $96,000. Yes, 76 acres on Joslyn Road we acquired for $96,000 through a very strategic land swap that our board was instrumental in completing. We couldn't do any of this work without our partners, as I mentioned. Cunningham Limp, I believe Sam Ashley is here. Sam, thank you. And Auger Klein Aller, Scott and Steve and team over there are amazing partners with the township. And the exciting news, you're probably grabbing your wallet right now thinking, oh my word, taxes are going up. The good news is, folks, we're going to build all these projects without increasing your tax dollars. We're really excited. The board has identified some creative revenue streams that we will be utilizing to build these projects, and we will not be increasing your taxes. So, yes, if there's ever a time for smoke and fireworks. All right, let's talk about building activity in general besides the township. So we like to just kind of give you an opportunity to see a snapshot of what we've been up to, and as you can see, our permit volume has stayed very steady and very high. If you compare that to our neighbors, you'll see we're very active in northern Oakland County, and over the last 8 years, we have been one of the top 3 building permit communities in all of Oakland County. Another group that's very busy are the village people. So let's take a look and see what's going on in our village. Not those village people, those village people.
We, the Village Council and DDA Board, are excited to report that 2018 was a great year.
We had over 40 days of special event fun in 2018, making it one of the most active years yet, and we're adding more events this year. We've been fortunate this year also to have great private investment in our downtown, renovations of buildings, new businesses, new jobs, and it's added up to over $4 million of investment so far. And we're not done yet. Beautiful lake views from 24 new apartments in the new high-rise being built next to Paint Creek. New restaurants and more businesses will be placed there. Next door, another 2-story restaurant is under construction with second-floor open-air seating, and the developer is willing to build to accommodate for a restaurateur who'd love to be in downtown Lake Orion. So spread the word. Including the new development projects, 2 buildings with historic renovations are underway, opening by this summer. Anita's Kitchen from Ferndale, and Oat Soda, a tap room with retail craft beverage sales. Yes, that means you can drink the beer and then you can go buy the beer and take it home and drink it some more. Lake Orion is becoming a fun dining destination, and when all of the planned restaurants are open, the number of dining seats will double. Our little downtown has always been a nice place to take a stroll and to hang out, but we have been adding signage, enhancing the trails, and improving the Flint Street alleyway, making it more enjoyable once here and easier to get back and forth from downtown to other areas of the village. Because of all of that development, we've been lucky enough to have the village and the DDA are working together with local property owners to improve the parking in downtown. The goal is to provide more parking for customers, better options for residents, and flexible alternatives for employees.
In 2018, over $1.5 million of public DDA funds were invested in downtown Lake Orion. This includes the Paint Creek Trail extension, new directional wayfinding signs, parking signs, paved on-street parking areas, and a new Gateway Dragon sign, look forth or lit at night, on Washington and Flint, with 2 more to come. The village continues to address our infrastructure needs with over $11 million in street, water, and sewer system, 5 miles of new water mains, 16 sanitary sewer system lift stations, and MDOT has the resurfacing of M24 scheduled for 2020 to include a mid-block pedestrian crossing over by Pelton's Point. Lastly, a major project for 2019 is the Paint Creek Bank Stabilization Project. It's estimated at about $800,000, which includes replacing 2 concrete bridges, one at Children's Park and one at Meeks Park. Very excited to get that done. We continue to be progressive, focusing our vision to incorporate new concepts such as community health of the physical environment, as well as mental and social factors through our planning process. Again, it has been a very busy yet fun year in the village of Lake Orion. Thank you to all our investors, homeowners, guests, and volunteers. You've made us the heart and hub of the community where living is a vacation. And as always, we welcome your questions and comments. Please come visit us at the Village Hall or the DDA office. Go Dragons.
Go Dragons, yes. And I know we're joined by Joe Young, our village manager, and if there's any other village council members here, if you would please stand and be recognized. And Joe, thank you very much. You know, we are being recognized almost daily for things that are happening within our community. One of the cool recognitions that we've received
We, the Village Council and DDA,
the last 2 years is a recognition from the University of Michigan. We have been ranked a 5-star community. There we are on the list of communities from the entire state that are 5-star communities. And this has a lot to do with our collaboration efforts and our planning and zoning efforts. So thanks to Tammy and Gary Roberts from Strategic Communication Solutions and Sam in my office who are leading up that charge. So outside of what's happened in the village, our chamber is extremely active. And if you don't know, check out what we've been up to.
Hey everybody, this is Kim Urbanowski. I'm the director of the Orion Area Chamber of Commerce. We had an amazing 2018, including a whole lot of really cool ribbon cuttings, including our very own when we moved into the Orion Center to be close to our friends at ONTV and Parks and Recreation. Why don't you check out a few more things that we did this year that are super cool.
Awesome. Let's give them a round of applause. Staying on the collaboration theme, for 6 years it's been my desire and my dream to team up and create one solid publication that would go out to all of our residents. And that dream's becoming true. Raise your hand if you actively read the outreach. We should have made this one of the questions. Very small percentage. Raise your hand if you're really honest, if this outreach goes from your mailbox to the recycle bin. A few of you. Now raise your hand if it goes right to the garbage can. We're going to talk about garbage later, don't worry. We've been working for 6 years to bring these groups on the screen together. The township, our Parks Department, our library, the Chamber of Commerce, our Downtown Development Authority, and the Lake Orion Community Schools. And we are so thrilled and excited. You're going to see in June, Orion Living, our new quarterly publication, will be the go-to for all things Orion. We're going to have a solid community calendar in there, which we've heard for many years. Lots of competing events. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be something you're going to leave on your coffee table and you're going to share with your friends. So stay tuned, coming to your mailbox very soon. And we're really excited about that partnership. And thank you literally for everyone for listening to me complain for 6 years and finally let me have my way. Let's talk a little bit more about planning and what makes our community strong. You're either growing or you're dying. And we certainly have been growing here in Orion Township. Tammy and her team in the Planning and Zoning Department are extremely busy. I'm just going to show you a few things. You can see our population continues to slowly trend up. In 2018, we have these projects on the screen have been preliminarily approved or approved. And you can see where those will be going on this map. Coming up, there's 255 new residential units that have been approved that will be going where those red stars are. Speaking of growth, if you haven't noticed, our Pomeroy Living Center, Pomeroy Orion Living, is an assisted living facility at Scripps and Lapeer Road, right in front of our high school campus. And they have experienced great growth. It's a wonderful facility. And I want to introduce you to someone. His name is Howard Spleet. And he's here. He's Jim Tedder's father-in-law. He's sitting next to Jim. Howard, raise your hand. Howard is the self-proclaimed mayor of the East Side. And I'm hearing that he may be challenging me coming up, which I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But, but I figured I'd let him get his feet wet a little bit, see how he's going to do serving our community. So we're going to toss him a softball to start out. Howard, this is what your first project is. It's going to be really simple. Just fix our garbage issues. No one will complain. Whatever you do, they'll be happy with you. Howard, thanks for being a friend and a supporter and letting me have a little fun with you. There's also a lot of commercial development that's happening in our community. Here are some of the things that have been approved recently. We get lots of excitement when we say the words Aldi, Hyatt House Hotel. So you can see there that, again, our planning and zoning department's been very busy. How many of you have joined Planet Fitness? How many of you have joined and gone to Planet Fitness? Okay, honesty there. Let's take a look on the map where those developments are happening. And you know what, let's take a look. I'm not really that competitive. I know it probably seems like it. I really want to honor my neighbors and colleagues, and I have a great working relationship with the people we poked a little fun at. None better than my big brother, Brian. So let's just let's just check out what economic development looks like, a big win for them in Rochester Hills. Let's honor Brian here.
The big economic development story that you're probably most visibly familiar with is the work that you see happening at the old Kmart site, which is sort of transforming. We don't like just one Burger King in this town. We want to build two right next to each other. So.
Yeah. Great job. Yes. Feel free to use this clip for your State of the City next month, big bro. Brian they have 2 Burger Kings coming to Rochester Hills. Exciting news for our neighbors to the south. We have, if you're familiar with the plaza on Baldwin, we're excited to announce that Johnny Black's Public House will be taking up space where Oscar's formerly vacated. Aldi, yes, it is opening this October directly in front of Menards. And then shortly thereafter, Hyatt House. This is the second. One of these is going in Grand Rapids, and one of these is going right on Brown Road. Second Hyatt House going in Michigan. It's the new prototype for Hyatt hotels, and we couldn't be more excited that they chose our community. Let's talk about some of the maybe behind-the-scenes companies. These are our job creators. And this is a chart that makes me really excited, almost as excited as our Frugal Index. And this is our unemployment rate. You can see we certainly spiked up, as did most of the country in the Great Recession. Our unemployment is down to 3.1%, last reported in 2018, and much in part thanks to some of these following companies. First, we're excited to welcome Ligera Technologies. They are an absolutely innovative company in the automotive space. I know nothing about injection molding, but I can tell you they are making the largest injection molding magnesium parts in the world, and it actually is really cool. They're making parts for the Jeep. And my friend Bonnie is here, I believe. Is Bonnie still able to be here? Bonnie Matthew. Thank you, Bonnie, for your investment in our community. We're appreciative that you guys have moved your show from Kansas City and you're growing here in Orion Township. So thank you for your investment. Equally as exciting is my friend Jeffrey Owen from Lightning Technologies. And I can't pick up the paper or cranes and not see a picture of Jeff on the front page or an article. Jeff is disrupting a 100-year industry in the pallet world. And this might not seem real exciting, but I would encourage you to Google the Cranes article that was recently published about this company. Jeffrey has attracted the attention of the likes of our own famous Kirk Gibson, Lomas Brown, decent football player, even better Detroit Lions announcer. Did Lomas join us today? He's a little late, so we'll make him feel guilty when he gets here. But Jeff has on his team, see if you know any of these names, Cronwell, Nyquist, Franzen, Zetterberg. He's not building an all-star hockey team. He's building a industry-disrupting pallet company that's going to change the way shipping happens in the world, and he's doing it right here in our community. I just grabbed these off my shelf. Food and Drink Magazine, Forbes, the cover of Cranes. We're extremely grateful for the investment and the fact that you're starting and planting your first seed right here in Orion Township. So thank you, Mr. Owen. Another one we're excited about, we just last week actually hosted a Tech 248 event. Tech 248 is an initiative of Oakland County. Dan Hunter is here from Oakland County Economic Development. and L. Brooks Patterson to connect the tech companies in Southeast Michigan. Did you know that we have more tech companies in Southeast Michigan than Silicon Valley? So we hosted this event last week at AMT, Advanced Manufacturing Technologies. They have all kinds of exciting things in the robotic space, and we're thrilled that they're here. This is a crowd from last week. You can see how excited the tech people are. Maybe a politician was talking when I took that picture. All right, but let's talk about the big one. Certainly everything matters and everything counts, but last Friday we had the big news that we've been all waiting for and excited about. Did you hear about this one? General Motors announced $300 million investment and 400 new jobs will be created right here in Orion Township. A little history on the Orion plant. It was built in 1982, 4.3 million square feet, and 433 acres of land in Orion Township. So we don't like to hitch our wagons to one car, but in this case, we have certainly partnered with GM, and there's been ebbs and flows in the relationship with GM. It's always been great, but as you know, the car industry is somewhat volatile. There's been times where there's been even concern of the plant closing and the drastic effect that that would have, not just on Orion Township, but on all our surrounding communities. So we were joined last week by CEO Mary Barra, Governor Gretchen Whitmer, many other elected officials and dignitaries. My friend John Blanchard, who represents General Motors, is here today. Thank you, John, for this amazing announcement. And one of the cool things is to check out the only plant in the entire world that's making today combustion engine vehicles, electric vehicles, and autonomous vehicles right here in Orion Township. And I want you to hear from the CEO of GM what she thinks. By the way, Mary Barra has been ranked the most powerful woman in the world by Fortune magazine and one of the top 5 by Forbes several years over. Let's hear what she thinks about this investment.
All right, so who are we here with?
Governor Gretchen Whitmer, Mary Barra, Chairman and CEO of General Motors.
And what are we talking about today?
We're so excited today because we were able to announce that we are going to be investing $300 million, creating 400 new jobs for the Lake Orion Assembly Plant due to the dedication, commitment, and hard work of the team here at Orion. We couldn't be more excited, and we're in Orion Township, where living here is a vacation.
Yes.
And we're going to fix the damn roads.
Yes.
That's a double commitment.
Now, did you hear that? Did you hear the end? Our newly elected governor, Gretchen Whitmer, by the way, they did all receive their Orion Township glasses and luggage tags, and Governor Whitmer said, man, you guys have a lot of good swag here. And there's a reason we're giving her swag, because we want her to fix our darn roads. And that is one of the worst roads in the community. And even when she first got elected, I started my plan and my plot to catch her attention and understand the importance of great infrastructure here in our community. As you may or may not know, we don't get any money for roads. The Road Commission for Oakland County is our Act 51 agency, so we rely on them, but the funds are scarce. I'm not going to talk to you about gas tax today. I saw my good friend, former Lieutenant Governor Brian Calley come in, and you can ask all your questions to him right after this meeting about gas taxes. Sorry about that, Brian. But let's talk about roads for a minute, because the Road Commission for Oakland County is a great partner, and they're doing great things, and we're excited about some projects that are coming your way this summer. You might not be able to see real well on that map, but Indianwood Road on the top there will be resurfaced from Baldwin to Lapeer Road. Silverbell Road's going to get some love both east and west of Joslyn Road. Joslyn Road down into Auburn Hills near our I-75 interchange. Silverbell Road will be paved, yay, from Lapeer Road over to Rochester, Oakland Township border. And then even though it's not in our community, something of interest is that fun intersection at Gunn and Adams Road, that will be receiving a roundabout. That's that red dot. Any friends here from Oakland Township? Yeah, have fun with that one. Roundabouts are fun. So Baldwin Road, this is an exciting project. We're entering year 2 of construction, and roundabouts are happening. We already have 2, 3 more coming very soon. And the thing that I'm most excited about is the opportunity that our Township Board and our Corridor Improvement Authority have taken to not just take what we get from the Road Commission and from MDOT, but we're actually creatively finding revenue so that we can make Baldwin an amazing streetscape. And speaking of those fun roundabouts, did you guys see the clip, the Chevy Chase clip before this? We've been doing our fair share of educating our residents. You may have seen these floor decals. We have them at Great Lakes Athletic Club, at Township Hall. and as well as the Orion Center. And they are designed to teach our residents how to navigate roundabouts. There it is right there. So we're not just stopping at the decals. We think it's really important to provide better information to our residents. One of the things I do want to show you is we are one of the first communities that I think in the state of Michigan that's going to have a fountain in our roundabout. And you may have already seen this video, but it's too amazing to not show you again. So check this out. When I'm bored, I just play that video. It's so exciting. How do you make road projects exciting? Just like that. And one more reason to use the smoke and fire machine, sorry. We understand that not everyone's excited about the roundabouts, and we understand the importance of our residents to learn how to use them. So we thought as a township board, you know what, let's just talk about it at our Monday night meetings, and people will absolutely come to our meetings, and they'll listen, and they'll take notes, and they'll learn about roundabouts. Unfortunately, we didn't have a lot of success with that, so we took a different approach. You may have seen these videos, and if you haven't seen them, I'm going to encourage you to check them out on our website. I'm going to show you a little teaser of some of our resident experts that absolutely know how to use roundabouts better than anyone in this room, what they have to say.
There are going to be 5 new roundabouts on Baldwin Road. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not scared of them.
I think they're fun.
Because we keep on moving because there's no stoplights or stop signs. You can just keep on driving around it once you're in it.
So that's a 3-part series. Thanks to Orion Neighborhood Television, an amazing asset we have in our community that's helped us develop that. If you haven't checked it out, there actually are real tips. It's a really informational and good way to educate our residents. And we're learning this is working because our engineer, the engineer overseeing the entire Baldwin project, sent me this email saying, "Hey Chris, thought you'd like this. The national and international roundabout designer, researcher, blah, 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 AKA super nerds, has picked up on your video and they really like it." So we're excited about that. We're excited that the video is being shared. Thanks also to Sam and Jenny on my team who helped put together the script. And the kids you see in those videos are Brian Burney's children, Jenny Body, my assistant's son, and then Eric Florence, one of our fire captains. So we hopefully will get them joined up to the SAG and get them making money. They have a bright future. We are absolutely not just by the super nerds. We're being recognized on a statewide and even international level to some extent. This is pretty cool. The Detroit News put this out. You know, how do you pronounce Michigan things? And how many of you get so tired when people call us Lake Orion, right? So, hey, look, we're getting noticed. We're in the top 15 mispronounced corrections statewide. But we're also getting some attention that we might not necessarily want either from this group.
Not that CIA.
All right, we're trying to think of a fun way to introduce you to our Corridor Improvement Authority, not that other CIA. And that's another board that we have that's responsible for all of the great things you're seeing on Brown and Baldwin Road. So thanks to the Corridor Improvement. Any CIA board members here? I saw Joanne was here. Where's Dan, the coffee man? Do you have shorts on today, Dan? Good. Always has shorts on. Yes. But I want to kind of wrap things today with the third and probably my favorite reason that people choose our community, and that is our great parks. So recently we updated our Parks and Rec master plan last year, and you can see that our Parks and Rec team is responsible for maintaining and operating over 570 acres of land. We also have all that blue stuff, like I mentioned before, over 1,700 acres of water, which is quite remarkable considering where we're at and where we're located. We will always be where living is a vacation. Some of the highlights, and if you're really interested, I'd encourage you to check this out on our Parks website of our Parks Master Plan. I'm going to show you in a minute. But first, there's lots of activity to do with water, and I happened to catch Aaron Watley fishing one day on lunch out on Lake Orion. Check this out.
Hey, bud. How's it going?
Good. How about yourself?
Oh, it's going great. How's the fishing today?
It's a little slow, not like this morning on Tommy's Lake.
Hey, well, the good news is you've got plenty of lakes to choose from here in Orion Township, right?
That's true.
You mind holding us?
Sure.
I actually like this lake for swimming.
Oh, you're gonna go swimming right now? Oh, I think I got one. It's a big one. Here we go. Oh, here it comes. What? Oh, come on.
I know. So bad. Is my family clapping? No one. But the fun thing is to do not even a lot of research. You find that our neighbors actually recreate here. Check out these pictures I found. This is Bob Kittle, Auburn Hills City Councilman, also founder of Munetrix. This is him scuba diving on Lake Orion, so we're glad to have you enjoy recreation here. Let's see who else is enjoying recreation here. I think Bill Dunn. This is Michigan Outdoors.
About a month ago, I got the call from Bill Dunn that he and his buddies were doing pretty well on bluegills here in Oakland County in the Oxford Lake Orion area.
Actually in Orion.
Bill is the Oxford Township Supervisor and knows this area very well.
So where's Bill at? Bill Dunn. Oh, hey, Bill. Thanks for being here, our friend to the north. So when Bill wants to invite Michigan out of doors to do an amazing episode on fishing, because Bill's quite the angler, where does Bill go? Orion Township. Thank you, Bill. I like how you had the script writer write the Oxford Lake Orion area, but we want to make sure everyone knows that was in Orion Township. As mentioned, the Parks and Rec Master Plan has been updated, and I'm not going to bore you with the details, but if you're into parks and you live here because you love parks, we recently passed the Parks Millage. We are going to be great stewards of your dollars, and we're going to be doing everything we told you we would be doing. Where's Aaron Watley? Aaron and team are in the back, and we're really excited about what we have coming very soon to a park near you. Mentioning about the great awards and accolades that our team has received, this one, the credit really does go to Aaron Watley and Jeff Stout and Dave Raftery, but we received a Partners in Conservation Award from the MDNR. I believe they only gave out 5 or 6 of these the entire year last year for the entire state. We were recognized in Detroit for the great work that our team did out at Rudd's Mill Dam, removing that dam. And we want to thank Frank Bayardi from Superior for donating his time and talent to make that reality happen. 0 taxpayer dollars were spent. But probably and arguably my favorite project that we've taken on and we're working on as we speak, shovels in the ground very soon, is the Miracle League Field of North Oakland. Check this out.
Hey, Orion Township, I am here with some exciting news, and a lot of you have heard about this for the last 2 years, but it is happening. Miracle League Field of North Oakland is coming to Friendship Park this year. And I'm here with 2 friends, Steve and Caleb, who are a catalyst to make this happen. Welcome, guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for bringing your knowledge and expertise. So first of all, Steve, this was your brainchild in 2004 in Southfield. How in the world did you get involved with this?
Wow. I was coaching my son, who's an able-bodied player, through his Little League career, and had a child that was playing with us that had a disability, and we happened to notice he couldn't play and he should play. Same thing was happening with the founders of this league in Conyers, Georgia. They had a child in a wheelchair that couldn't play. They came up with the first adaptive field, synthetic rubber, no boundaries, wheelchairs and walkers can move with ease. Opened up this whole new world for children that couldn't do this before. Now they can.
So enter Caleb.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Tell me, how did you find Miracle League Field? And first of all, Caleb, you have lived your life with a disability. Tell me about that.
So I have cerebral
cerebral palsy. In short, it can affect muscle function, your gross motor, your occupational therapy type things, and so it's a variety of things that can happen with it. But I found out about the Miracle League in 2005. My mom was talking with other parents of disabled kids, and that's how I found out about it.
And so I know this, CP hasn't affected your sense of humor or your desire to help others. So fast forward to 2019, you've been in this league, you've been around for 14 or 15 years now. What's your role now?
So I work in the concession stand, working as a manager there. We serve the best ballpark food in America to the best fans of Southfield, Michigan.
So we're bringing that to Orion Township, and we couldn't be more excited because we have great partners like Caleb and Steve, and we have a World Series experience for every player coming to our community. So these kids get walk-up music. They get introduced by Steve, who's the DJ, who's the host, and we are so excited. We couldn't be more excited. So there's an opportunity for people to still help, Steve, right?
Heck yeah. I mean, building a field is expensive. It takes a lot of time, resources. I know as we build this field, we're looking for contractors, components, a lot of different things that go into this. So whether it's someone that's in the construction business or someone that wants to donate, this is the place they want to put their donation money, in my opinion, because there's something special about donating to a place you can visit, you can be part of, you can make a difference.
Absolutely. And when I came and visited the Southfield field last summer, I had a smile I couldn't wipe off my face for at least 2 weeks. So it's coming, it's happening this June, Orion Township. It's going to be the biggest, baddest ribbon cutting grand opening you've ever seen happen here in Orion Township. So we'd love for you to be a part of it. Stay tuned. I want to thank you, Steve and Caleb, for partnering with us and helping us bring that World Series experience to everyone, able-bodied and disabled here in Orion Township, in all of Oakland County. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Play ball.
Yes. So many of you have followed our work. We've been raising money for 2 years. We thought we needed about 100 grand. I'm looking at Scott Taylor, who helped immensely that first big push. We've raised about almost 400,000 now. We have partners, Independence Township and the Easter Seals of Michigan. Believe it or not, this field's about at least $500,000. We want to build a nice concession stand that can be used for all the fields at Friendship Park, not just the Miracle League field. And that field will be staffed by people like Caleb. And I got to tell you, he is a cool dude. He told me off camera, and I've gotten to know him over the last few months, that this literally has changed his life. Most people, he said, his quote was, most people like me spend their life in their parents' basement. And he has made the choice because he's been given the avenue to not be like most people with cerebral palsy. So I can't wait to introduce you to Steve and Caleb. We want to thank, this was cool. We got OHM helped us. They're helping us in kind with all the engineering services. And we got some VR glasses that we got to see. That's Jim Tedder there. And that's Caleb showing us the field. You can go to the next slide, please. And then, as mentioned, that's Brent Worth, the chairman and CEO of Easter Seals Michigan, a phenomenal organization that serves literally thousands of people across the state. And that's Christy and Shannon Shones, the Daisy Ladies, as we call them, the Daisy Project. And they continue to raise money for our field. I promise you, we're opening the field this year. We had a phone call just last night as we're trying to wrap up this presentation with some of the key team members. Sam from Cunningham Limp, his team is helping us pro bono. And we believe we have some other partners coming on board very soon. And my intention is that we open this field in June, and I promise you it will be the biggest and baddest ribbon cutting you've ever seen, with fireworks, with a flyover. And I don't know if my friend Ken is still listening, but maybe his buddy Kid Rock could come sing the national anthem. That would help a little bit, Ken. So if you can put a good word into your buddy Bobby, that'd be awesome. But that's not it. Many of you said you have not been to Bald Mountain Park or know that Lower Trout Lake is in Bald Mountain State Recreation Area. It is. It's just east off Lapeer Road, north of Silver Bell Road. And this summer, we're excited to announce that Water Warrior Island will be coming to Bald Mountain State Recreation Area. Yay, that's exciting. It's a great fit. The board had looked at bringing this type of amusement to another lake. It didn't seem to make all the residents real thrilled, but we think this is a great fit because check out what this experience will be. I believe that we have Aaron Fulton and Samantha Gillespie here today, someplace. There they are. They are Water Warrior Island, and I think they have coupons for all of you, so make sure you see them. But this will be opening as soon as weather permits. They'll also be handling the kayak and canoe and paddleboard rentals, and we have a lot to look forward to coming to Bald Mountain State Recreation Area this year. So all of you that said you have not been there, you absolutely need to visit this gem. Our neighbors are doing the best they can do to keep up, and I understand they don't have all the amazing amenities we do. Kevin, my good friend Mayor McDaniel here, who's texting on his phone right now, made this really exciting announcement at his State of the City just last month.
So have you noticed that Auburn Hills has become an entertainment destination? Well then, you probably know that Topgolf opened their first Michigan location in Auburn Hills just in time for the holidays. At this premier sports entertainment venue, you swing your club at a microchipped golf ball, aiming at color-coded targets scattered in the field toward the direction of Orion Township. Luckily, we didn't need a wall in order to stop the golf balls from crossing over the border. We did, however, have them place a 170-foot tall barrier net on the site, and I understand that they are currently in negotiations with Orion Township to pay for it.
Now that is really exciting, and we're happy, and I may or may not have been to Topgolf once, a day. But Kevin, take a look. This is what we call Topgolf.
So Mayor McDaniel, Auburn Hills has Topgolf, artificial Topgolf. My friend, this is Topgolf.
Kevin, 4.
All my golf balls go perfectly straight just like that. And I'd be remiss if I didn't touch on one of the most hot topic sites in our community, the Lake Orion chat room. So what could go wrong if you're trying to pull something to use for your State of the Township address off the chat room? Well, just look at these couple screenshots we grabbed. And let's zoom in a little bit and see what these residents say. A positive post on our chat room. I landed here about 12 years ago, fell in love with your amazing town. First and foremost, I love the people and I love the lake. No matter where I am in this town, people say hi to me. And then this gentleman said, I'm kind of new to the chat room, so forgive me, and I bet you he's probably not on there anymore. Lake Orion is a marvelous place where living truly is a vacation. I came here almost 30 years ago to flip a house. Haven't moved an inch since. Nice people, good schools, beautiful surroundings, a truly unique blend of up north. State Forest and kind of a Royal Oaky downtown. That's kind of cool to hear. That said, he loves it. So we couldn't agree with you more. We caught the attention of Niche. I'm sure all of you follow Niche. They are a nationwide organization that does, I like this, a rigorous cleaning and analysis on large data sets, combines them with feedback from the community for a nuanced insight. They have a really good writer. That can't be found anywhere else. Niche rates Orion Township an A+. And you can see, yes, we agree. And we do all of this, my friends, like I said, we finished where we started, for a lot less than any place around us. This is a little different chart, and this is now including all government funds and expenditures. This is the same peer group that we compared ourselves against at the front end. And you can see that we are absolutely good stewards of your dollars here in Orion Township. Not to throw literally anybody under the bus, but we are really grateful for the work that not just our current township board does, but the previous boards before us that have set us up for such success. You all know I'm competitive, and I like to poke fun. And that's part of this job, I think, is really building good relationships. And I really think my brother and Kevin and Bill and Bruce will forgive me, hopefully. But one thing I'm really excited about, and we can compete together on this, is we have a huge year next year, and it's the census 2020. You are going to be inundated and driven nuts by us for this. And the reason is because it means real dollars to our community. In 2000, our response rate in Orion Township was 86%. In 2010 census, it went down to 84%. We have set a target this year for a 90% participation rate, and I say this year, I mean next year, but the work has already begun. And this is real dollars to our community. So the good news is, the sooner you respond to the census, the less you get bothered by Orion Township. But what you will be doing by responding to that census is helping our community, helping put more dollars into our parks, more dollars into our roads through the Act 51 agencies, more dollars to our things that we can use that will help make Orion continue to be the place that we love. So if you're really interested in that, it will be a fun project. Check in with Jenny in the back and or Sam on my team right here. And we are looking for volunteers to be neighborhood captains and to be church captains and to be Lions Club captains, just to really help us get the word out and make sure everyone is counted in the 2020 census. And I'm going to close with this. As I stated at the beginning, I have a really fun time and a fun job being able to share the good news of our community. And I really, honestly mean this. I don't deserve the credit. We have such an amazing team at Township Hall, right across the street, that have been crammed in really tight quarters. We're an excited team that we're going to have a little room to breathe next year. We have an amazing group of volunteers. You can see some of the boards and commissions that are up on the screen. Most of those are unpaid positions. We always are looking for new people to engage. And next time you think about picking up the phone and calling and yelling at someone, I'd encourage you to do what I did about 10 years ago and get involved because we need your help. And remember, the people that are serving on these committees and boards are your neighbors too. And lastly, I just want to thank the residents of this community, those of you that are here in person, those of you who might be watching, for everything the opportunity you've given me to serve you. I truly have a job I love, and it's so fun to be able to work with the people I've mentioned earlier. The team here at Woodside, is this an amazing facility? Yes, let's give them a hand. To John and to Jim and to Caleb and to Bob, who said, hey, you know what would be cool is if we had kayaks on the stage, so he went home yesterday and got these kayaks. And Josh, and I'm sure I'm forgetting some, and Chris, they volunteered their time. They're really excited to have us use this building for this annual event. So thank you to the Woodside team. I got one more closing announcement from our new famous Jenny and Dave team, so check this out. Friends, the state of our community is strong. We're so blessed. Grab your #vacation sunglasses and your amazing luggage tag that says, "Take me home to Orion Township. We're living as a vacation." Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for all your support. Thanks for all you do. God bless you.